We're going to change out the passenger side rear latch because it does not latch with the latch test that I have developed to kind of test the latch. I'm going to demonstrate that by hitting the latch from this side, and you see if you just push down till it bottoms out, it does not latch. Now if you go over here, it will latch without any problem. There you go. But hitting it over here is where you get some of the failures. This is a particular latch that will fail. I ordered a new latch to replace it. This is a frame and this is the latch. They're two separate parts. You can order just the latch. It's about 50 bucks. And I ordered one and I tested it, and it latches like all the other latches. With this test, it will pass it. We need a 13mm socket or wrench to take these two bolts loose, and we'll do that right now. Now, you're not going to lose any adjustment. There is a cable that is attached, but you're not going to upset the any of the adjustments of the cable by changing the latch out. So let's just do this baby. And I'm going to do this one. And I'll get to the point where I get those out and come back. Okay. Now, there is a certain amount of adjustment up and down, a little bit, but that is not going to affect the actual latching mechanism. That doesn't change this bracket. It just can move your latch up higher, possibly by a very small amount. Okay, we'll take these out. And then I got to take the cable loose. And that is just a matter of right there. It's kind of an L shape right there. Okay, this is the way the latch is constructed. Okay, this is the release. This is the catch detent right here, the sharp point. And this is the catch on the latch itself. Now, the striker is going to hit down in here in this V, and it's going to push it down until it gets to a certain point, and that drops in. Let me show this with this way. Like that. Okay, what's happening is when it comes in here, is hitting this bottom before it gets into the latching position. So it probably gets it right about there and stops. So that's what you got to test for, is to be sure the latch will latch from this side, especially. When the latch or the striker hits from this side, there's a higher rise here which pushes the latch down further, and that's why some people don't have any trouble if their hood is aligned to hit this area right here closest to the latching arm. If it hits over here, it's almost going to latch every time. If it hits over here, there's a chance, as you see, it gets lower and lower. There's a good chance that it will fail unless the latch will pass the test that I perform. Okay, we're going to test it out. I'll just secure it there like this. That's it. If it hits down here like this, and this has got to be perpendicular 90 degrees to that if you tilt it down or up. So when you do this, do it like that, and see, she does fail, whereas the other one will pass that test. Over here, with the least amount of pressure, it will latch. I suggest very strongly that you go out and test all of your latches. If you find one that doesn't pass on this side, you may want to get another latch. 50 bucks from Polaris. And I'm going to post their website and the part number, that if you want to do it yourself, and you can do it easily. Okay, the new latch, and you mount this in the top hole. Okay, and you just kind of pull this around and stick it in the hole as best you can, and there, like that. Then pull her around and put your bolts back in. Ooh. There, once you get them started, everything will be cool. There's one, and then I'll get the other one. And I tested this on the bench, and it works every time without any difficulty whatsoever. So now I'm going to tighten these up, and we'll give her the latch test. So hold on just a moment. The cable is secured into the top hole of the lever, release lever, and we're going to try a latch test with the new latch. Without any problem, it latches. And it does, you can tell it latches before it actually hits bottom. So that's a good sign that it's not going to fail from the latch. Now we're going to pretend we hit over here, and it definitely latches because it gets more leverage on this higher area than it does over here. So that's why you get these failures sometime. And getting all your latches to pass the latch test will give you a lot better chance of getting hood closures. Now another thing is the pressure. How high you release the hood is going to determine how successful the latch operates. It does take some pressure to overcome the spring of this latch. So if it's too low of a height, it's going to just bounce down and not catch the little detent.